This is Gary on Thacker, and we've got our first teaser for Superman. You making me not be able to work? Because you're too darn cute, you're distracting me? Because you're such a good kitty? Yes, you are, Frodo. You gotta get out of my office while I'm recording, buddy. I love you. But anyways, this is our first big plunge into the DCU. And James Gunn has already made it very clear that if this movie flops, there ain't gonna be a DCU. So let's break down this trailer, and let's start to get an idea if this cinematic universe has any legs to stand on. The trailer starts off with Superman crashing into the Arctic snow. Here, Superman is pretty beat up. He can barely breathe and is even bleeding. Now, it appears later in the trailer that the Fortress of Solitude will get attacked, I'm assuming by Lex Luthor, and I wouldn't be surprised if some kryptonite was involved. So that could explain Superman bleeding, which is not a very common sight. Some looks at Clark Kent, looking a good amount nerdy. Some new looks at Lois Lane, and I'm excited to see more of her. A look at the Daily Planet, which looks pulled straight from the comics. Our first look at Pa Kent. We know this way is going to waste a lot of time establishing the origin of Superman, since at this point, everybody knows the origin story of Superman. Jumping into a point where Superman is already Superman. And usually at this point in Superman's story, Pa Kent is dead. So maybe this is going to change it up a little bit. Maybe Pa Kent isn't going to die. Or maybe this time around it's Ma Kent. So far we haven't seen her. How did I almost forget again? Boom, better, pretty. Then Superman whistles, which summons Krypto the Superdog. Which, unlike a lot of people, I don't think is too silly in this trailer. I think Superman telling Krypto to take him home and Krypto pulling him by his cape is really sweet and could lead to some emotional moments. But I do hope that Krypto isn't too silly in the film, as it could ruin some tension and some more serious moments. I think the CGI in Krypto, and just the effects in the trailer in general, look good. We still have a while before this actually comes out, so there's still time to work on the effects. So I think the effects are good, but nothing spectacular. I think the rest of the video might have to be like this, to be honest. Don't drink my Dr. Pepper. I'm not getting any work done with you in here, am I? Yeah, no, don't. You can't have, Frodo, you can't have my Dr. Pepper. Who told you could lay down there, buddy? Huh, Mr. Little Man, you own the house? Huh? And throughout the trailer, we hear a rock rendition of the John Williams Superman theme. And I hope this is the only time they do this, because I do want this Superman to be distinct from Christopher Reeve's Superman. What you doing, bud? Next we see Superman saving a little girl from some debris, which is just so classic Superman. Our first looks at Lex Luthor, played by Nicholas Hoult, and I am interested in this portrayal of Lex Luthor. And why does this version of Lex Luthor hate Superman? Did we get a shot of Superman punching through a glass box? I very much want to know the context behind this. We see this kid saying Superman's name over and over, while putting up a flag in the middle of a battlefield, which I know I already said this, but that is just so Superman. Then we see more scuffed up Supes walking through a very mad looking crowd, and is presumably doing something with this device that, judging by his expression, he doesn't want to do. And that's also when we get our first looks at Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner, Green Lantern, and Isabella Merced as Hawkgirl, which will be supporting roles in this movie. And I like how they both look, the suits are nice, and I'm interested to see their roles in the movie. Then we see Superman fighting a kaiju, which is something that I'm really excited to see. I just love that concept, Superman fighting a giant monster. Next is what appears to be Lois and Clark having a moment, while something is happening in the background. Going off of the suit reveal, which we got a few months ago, which appeared to be Clark putting on the suit, I'm guessing this is after Superman has lost the battle, and Lois Lane picks him back up on his feet, Superman puts back on his costume, and he's about to go out and save the day. Next is a shot of Clark holding the hand of a destroyed robot. Now most people think this is the character of Kellex, which is the caretaker of the Fortress of Solitude, and will probably give Superman most of his knowledge about Krypton. I'm not getting nothing done with him in here, and I do not care. And the area does seem snowy, so this is probably happening at the Fortress of Solitude, and may even happen before Superman crashes into the snow at the beginning of the trailer. And there's also the next shot, which is definitely the Fortress of Solitude. So this could lead to an emotional moment where the fortress is attacked and Kellex is destroyed. And that would mean Superman will lose his only connection to Krypton. And then we get a very quick and first look at the villain Metamorpho. And basically this guy in the comics can transfer any part of his body into any element he wants, which does include kryptonite. so this guy could be a big foe for Superman. Next we have a very interesting shot of Superman fighting what some people are saying might be Ultraman, which in the comics is an evil Superman clone created by Lex Luthor. Now again, we don't know this 100%, but if this is Ultraman, then maybe we should see his role in the film. Or if it isn't Ultraman, then I'm so excited to see who this character is. And then we get a shot of Mr. Terrific protecting what appears to be Lois Lane. Mr. Terrific is said to have the biggest role in this movie out of all the supporting roles, and said to be the third smartest person in the entire DCU. I think this dude looks pretty good, and I can't wait to see what he'll be doing in the movie. Overall, I thought this was a good teaser. It got me more excited, more interested, and it's given me a lot of hope for the DCU. But let me know in the comments below, what do you think about this teaser? Has this got you excited for the DCU, or was this trailer a bit too hyped up? Also, if you've been enjoying this video, thanks for liking and subscribing, and join the subreddit and the Discord server. Bye guys for now! Bye, let's go on Thacker.